and welcome back to another video. So today I have a renovation for you guys. So as you guys know, the houses in Glimmerbrook aren't necessarily the most decorated things ever, and when it comes to me decorating my houses, I kind of go all out. And since I really didn't feel like building a whole new house for my Realm of Magic series, I decided to go ahead and take what I had and renovate it. So this is the Brooks Bridge Borough, I believe. It's the household that's closest to the bar, and I believe it's the only empty house that exists, and then we have also an empty lot. But other than that, this is the house. When I came down to doing this house, I didn't want to necessarily strip the entire structure of it. I definitely wanted to change the roof because the roof was not doing it for me, and I also wanted to add in a front porch because personally when I think of like a witch's home or warlocks or whatever it is, I always feel like they have to have like a front porch they stand on, their stairs leading up to them. Now the thing is like I could have possibly made this house a little bit higher up as far as foundation goes, but I decided to keep it at the same height. I didn't really again want to completely build a brand new house from scratch. Now again, this is like literally two boxes connected to each other, so it's not like a big deal, but I wanted to see what I could do with what I was given. So I obviously changed things up and added a lot to what was already here. Now there really wasn't much existing in this household. It was very barren, to say the least, but I definitely spent quite a bit of time. I think I spent 3 or 4 hours renovating this, I believe around something like that, and I didn't expect to take as long as I did. It's just I was kind of trying to like play around with the stuff that we got with the pack, and there was a part where I was literally struggling so hard on how I wanted to do the living room, because considering the house isn't necessarily that big, but for a starter home, it is pretty much a big house because there's so much open space. I didn't have to add any room to it, and I was actually considering making the house smaller because I didn't think I needed all the room, but then I realized I technically need 3 bedrooms in here. So there are 3. We have 2 kind of bigger bedrooms, and then we have the 3rd room, which is the room for the upcoming baby in my series. So I tried to make the nursery area look cute, but we're not on the inside of the house yet, so I'm going to talk about the exterior first. So the exterior, I wanted to again change up the roof, and there was a tutorial made by Kate Emerald, which I'll link down in the description. She was talking about how to make kind of like these more whimsical or like witchy house roofs, but they showed various different styles, and there was one roof that I wanted to do for this house that like extended down to the ground, but it wouldn't work because I couldn't make it work. But I'll link the video down in the description if you guys are builders and want to learn some tutorials. They also make a lot of other amazing tutorials that are very helpful, so I'll have that in the description so you guys can go ahead and check it out. But I again wanted to spend quite a bit on landscaping. I wanted to add a lot of plants because I really wanted to make this house a little bit more overgrown, like it's been there for a while, and considering the atmosphere of Glimmerbrook with all the trees and stuff, I feel like it would be fitting. Now I could have added more trees. I kind of didn't really add more than the 2 that came with the house. I should have done that, but I mean, I didn't want to like do anything too overboard because I was still trying to stay in the range of the money that I had. So I think I started off with 70,000 and ended off the build with like 10 or 11,000. So surprisingly, it's not as expensive as I thought it was going to be, which I'm really proud of myself because sometimes I feel like even with small houses, I tend to go quite overboard as far as how much money is spent, but I think I did pretty good this time. Now, also, I want to talk about the windows and the door. So I didn't know what color I wanted to go for as far as theme goes for this house, but there's definitely very much so like green, purple, blues, pinks even a little bit added in here. I was generally going for that type of color scheme, and you guys will see on the interior more of that so being prevalent, but I really love the stained glass like so much. I was thinking about adding more around the house, and considering we only see the front of the house most of the time, I decided to just keep it up front. Also, I just realized that top window, the little circle, I never changed the color to a darker shade. It's still white, so I'm gonna have to go ahead and fix that before I upload the house because I just noticed that. But that always happens to me every time I build. I always realize that I'm missing something or I could have added more. I mean, in my eyes, I could always add more to the house. Like, for example, definitely am lacking a lot of candles. I tried to add candles here and there in the house, but I definitely think we could have a lot more. Not to mention, there is a bunch of like these lamps. There's like these, what were they? Like the firefly lamps that you can stick on the wall. I wanted to add more of those in the house, especially in the hallway, because I ended up making a hallway, which I don't typically have in my houses. So this is, I think, maybe not the first house that has a hallway, but it's just, I don't know. I don't necessarily always do that, but I really like the look of that in this house in particular. So yeah, the living room ended up coming out not as bad as I thought it was going to be. I was thinking about including a TV and a computer, which I might end up adding in a little later. It's just I wasn't necessarily thinking that my Sims would need it because they're gonna be focusing on their magic and stuff. So this house is based off of like what I want my Sims to live their lives like. If you guys want to go ahead and add a computer on the desk, you can. If you want to add a TV, go for it. Like, it also helps on saving money. So in the future, maybe I'll add that stuff in. I'll probably need it for entertainment or whatever it is, because I don't know if Magic's going to be able to hold them up as far as fun goes, hopefully, but sometimes it's nice to have that stuff at home. Now, I also didn't add like a cauldron or anything in this house either, because for now, this is kind of like a starter home. I plan to possibly expand and build like a coven house. I haven't decided if that's necessarily going to be the route I'm going to go for yet, but again, this is just the beginning of the series. This is literally the first house they're living in, so I didn't want to go too overboard. And considering that they're only just starting off, you know, with brewing and all that, especially my sim Anissa, she's only just going to be getting into that. So I thought that just being able to go to the magic realm to use it, it'll be fine for now. But if it comes down to it that I need to add a spot, there's plenty of space outside. I could make an upstairs, which I highly doubt I'll do. As far as build stuff, when it was coming to decorating the house, I think we got a good amount of stuff to like fill in the spaces. I would have liked to see more clutter items, that's for sure, because clutter is just, it makes the house just feel better, but I definitely used a lot of clutter and plants from other packs as well. You guys will see in Anissa's room later on, I tried to add quite a bit of plant life in there, because since she is going to be focusing on a garden and potions and stuff, I thought that that would suit her bedroom most. But yeah, I wanted to have like the hallway a little bit decorated, and I think I'm going to end up going back in and adding maybe more lighting in there. Probably not in the final build, as in like the one that I'm going to upload to the gallery, but once I start playing a little bit more in this house, maybe I'll add some. But there is a decent amount of lighting in the house. I didn't want to overdo it because it's just, I don't think that it's necessary. If I was to not need brighter lighting for like my videos and for gameplay and stuff, then I probably would have this house being a little bit more dim, just to kind of go within the theme of the pack. Now it is a little bit more yellow at the moment because of, you know, the candles and stuff, which I'm gonna end up taking out when I go in and play the game, because personally I don't really like the yellow lighting. It just bothers me and it ruins the atmosphere for me, although it would help in this case since it is very witchy and stuff. But I don't know, I personally am not a fan, especially when it comes down to taking screenshots. Yellow lighting is definitely not it for me. But the kitchen, so the kitchen, again, I mentioned this in my overview video, we did not get cabinets for those counters, which is a bit upsetting, because I mean I did find cabinets that kind of work with it, which are the cabinets from the vampire stuff pack, but not stuff pack, game pack, I'm sorry. But I decided to change the color because the fact that the woods weren't matching was bothering me. So I was like, I'm just gonna choose a different color, and considering our appliances are a green tone, I went ahead and did that. Now I just don't understand why we didn't get matching cabinets. Like, you know, like you give us counters, but you don't give us matching cabinets. It's like with the island living, we got the counters. We didn't even get cabinets with the island living pack. We got those shelves. So I would like to see cabinets. Just don't get it why we can't get cabinets, you know? I want a matching set. Like, I'm glad that we're getting more kitchen stuff, because I personally would love to see more of that, but I just don't understand why we're not getting matching cabinets. I mean, I'm not going to make a whole spiel about this, but you get what I'm saying? I mean, I just did, but you know, it's whatever. So yeah, I'd love to see hopefully matching cabinets in the future, in a future update or something. Maybe, I don't know, but I'd love to see the same thing for Island Living. But anyways, moving on. So the bathroom, I saw somebody, I think, or a few people on Twitter talk about how they feel like the bathroom stuff doesn't fit the theme of the pack, but I would suggest otherwise. I feel like it fits the pack just as nicely. It may not necessarily suit the style of like the furniture, which I wouldn't even expect it necessarily to be like exact replicas, but if you take a look at like the toilet, for example, and compare it to the windows that we got, especially the black ones that I use on this house, they kind of generally have the same kind of style, with the whole like, what do you call that? Like line work? That's what I've been calling it, line work, but you know, frame. I don't know terms, so don't mind me. I'm just here speaking about my thoughts. Oh, I wanted to mention about that cabinet in the room to the left. So it's the taller like storage set station thing. When you place stuff on it, it's not centered. I don't know if it's just me and what objects I was using, but I was using the little wand stand thing, or like the box for the wand, and put it there, but it wasn't centering it. But then later on I switched it to a plant and it still wasn't centering it. So I don't know if they messed up the way objects are placed on that, but let me just tell you, it was bothering me so much when I was like putting stuff on it, or when I was trying to move it around, because it doesn't center. It's not centered, okay? And I was just getting really irritated working with that little piece. So yeah, anyways, I don't know if that's meant to be like that, or if my game's broken, who knows. So I wanted to say that I think Anissa's room is my favorite. Now, I didn't really spend all too much time on Enya and Otto's room. It kind of is just a room, you know, basic. So but I wanted to use that bed for sure, so I just kind of gave them that bed, so they have like, you know, a special one. So their room is kind of just there, it exists. But Anissa's room, I really wanted to go all out. I wanted to kind of bring in the purple theme that you saw in the windows out front. I really love the color, and since the bed has like this, I don't know if you would call it lilac, maybe more so lavender, but is lavender more purplish, like more reddish purple? I don't know. But anyways, regardless, it's a shade of purple. So I wanted to add in like that little station that they added, or they gave us, which is kind of like potions, and I think there's crystals on it as well. But I really thought that it just fit her room so much. So I don't know, I love her room a lot, and I cannot wait to like just play in this house and just be able to see it all the time. I realized I mentioned that I didn't want to add more stained glass, but now that I think about it, where like Anissa's room is, I could have changed the glass in there to be the stained glass, or even just the bedrooms, because it might add a lot more color coming through the house. I don't know how they work. I haven't really seen light go through the stained glass, so I wonder if the lighting does come through, if it'll reflect color through. I don't know if it's gonna work that way. I doubt it will. I doubt they really spent that much time to make windows actually reflect color that's shown on them. I don't know. I haven't experimented with that. But so the nursery, I wanted to spend time on the nursery because I typically don't really make nurseries. I think I've only really officially made one really nice nursery. I mean, I tried making another nice one in my Not So Berry, but I really literally made one nursery build before for my Not So Berry Gen Gray, and I really love that, the way that came out. But I wanted to, of course, use the new bassinet, because I still can't believe we got a new bassinet. I don't know why I'm so shocked about it, but like, it made me extremely excited to see something new for babies. I mean, our babies are pretty much just there. They don't really do much except for cry and want you to feed them and just want attention. they're pretty boring in the game. So I mean, I know a lot of people have been talking about, especially more so recently, I've seen, maybe the past year, I've seen a lot of people talk about like free the babies, which, you know what, I'm all for that. Free the babies, let us walk around holding the babies. I miss in The Sims 2 where you would take the baby and like go up to the fridge, get the bottle, and the bottle would fall on the ground and you have to clean up the bottle, you know, like just the little things of doing with the actual baby. And you don't have a changing table. You know how much I would love to have a changing table? Oh my god. Or even being able to give your babies a bath. Like imagine if you could get like a little tub for them and like clean them. Oh my god, now I want like more baby stuff. Like actual moving babies. Well, they wouldn't be like moving all that much. You mean just like waving their arms and legs, you know, because they're not gonna be moving like toddlers do. I don't know, I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself now talking about babies, but yeah, I don't know. I'm really happy with how the nursery came out. I wanted to make it neutral. I didn't want to like, you know, either make it pink or blue or kind of add a specific color to it. I just wanted to make it like gender neutral because I don't know what the mama is having. I also ended up moving some stuff after I finished the build, like the inside the hallway. I got rid of one of the pieces of furniture because I thought it was too big and bulky, even though when I sized it down, then like all the stuff that was inside of the cabinets like came out and I was just like, can't be bothered working with that. So I decided to just put one little cabinet there. But other than that, I'm pretty happy with how this house ended up turning out. I will be showing you guys screenshots at the end of the video if you guys want to check it out. But other than that, I'm going to go ahead and go. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it and I'll talk to you guys in a new video very soon. Bye guys.